I'm very grateful for the pastors and everything that they've done in our lives. They've been very impactful in my personal life and in my personal walk with Christ and in our lives with myself and my wife. Pastor Nate married us not that long ago. We went through marriage counseling with him, and they've been very impactful in our lives. The relationship we've built with them in the church and outside of the church has been great, to the point where they're like brother and sister to myself and my wife.
Since meeting them, I have had a blast. Going on the conferences together, life group, just staying late after church. I have had the chance to get to know each one of them personally, and I can honestly say that they're my family. They're extended family to me. I've gotten to celebrate Thanksgiving with them and New Year's Eve. That was a blast. I think it was just me, Carlos, and one or two other people with Nate and Kim and the kids, and we got to celebrate and play Mario Kart and stuff, and it was hilarious because someone picked Rainbow Road. Bad idea.
The many times that I've gone to Nate or Matt, in times where I've been just extremely lost and needing advice and not knowing what to do, they've been there and been able to support and guide us biblically, which is fantastic.
I got to go on the conferences with Nate and Kim to Faith the first year, and that just solidified a wonderful bond with them. Got to see them with their hair down, figuratively. Just from there, I knew I wanted to be around them all the time, to learn from them and grow with them and see where God would take us all together.
It's very cool to think of how wise Nate is or can be at times when you need it. There are times that you don't even know he's giving you advice without, until you realize much later afterward, you realize he gave you advice and you go, oh, okay. So it's a lot of those aha moments with Nate, which is awesome. Even Matt, and just talking to Matt, and he'll talk to you, and you realize that as he's talking to you, he's recentered you and go, oh, okay, I know what I need to do now. Or even Pastor Terry. Pastor Terry does that too. Or, when you go and talk to Pastor Terry and you realize you went for a 5-minute conversation and 45 minutes later you're still there. Which is never a bad thing, because they're always very interesting, fulfilling conversations with them.
And then I got to go on the trip with Pastor Terry and Janae, and I got to see a whole new side to them and really have deep conversations. I also found out that Pastor Terry's a prankster, which I wasn't prepared for.
There are pastors, yes, but they're extremely down to earth, and they're realistic, and they're human. I grew up in a place where, and anybody who's considered a leader in any kind of church is always holier than thou. The fact that, I speak to them, I talk to them, and they're relatable, and I can have these kind of conversations with them is always great.
I also learned that I can ask them questions, many, many questions, and I've had the opportunity to get to do so with Matt and Sharina, and had wonderful, deep conversations with them, and their sense of humor is on par with many of us, and it's just so much fun to get to talk with them. And they've been there for us through so much, and I'm just so thankful.